don't know, Corey. This to me does not look like this doesn't look like a comet to me, but I could be wrong. I mean, maybe comets have changed.
Actually, hang on. What's it called? I'll pull it up real quick.
The 3-eye atlas, 3 and then an eye, like 3 and then a lowercase
Three-eye
I.
Atlas comet.
Yeah, well, it's
I
not.
don't know if it.
I wouldn't even consider it a comet, but
I don't see Roland.
So
That's kind of
it
what I'm trying
looks
to talk to Corey
from this
about.
one photo I have. It looks like a long.
well, there's a different picture that China got where you can actually see. It's like black and white, and you can see all 5 of the tails coming out the back of it.
Hold on.
I know. I saw it on Twitter.
Is this it, Roland? Hold on. Let me pull this up right here.
I'll tell you in a second. It's black and white. I mean, if you pull up any recent article, it should.
Is this it right here?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I'm telling you, it's one picture. There's a black spot or like a bright spot in the middle with black lines coming out of it, and those black lines are the tails.
Oh. Okay.
It's producing light, which is reflection, because it's apparently made of nickel, which they believe, at least. Obviously, we have no.
So, Roland, you do not.
Here's the interesting thing: it's not producing the type of tails that we're used to. That's it. No, it's not all 5, but that's one of them. That's the biggest tail.
What?
Here comes the sun. Do 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 do.
Wait.
That wouldn't shock me.
Wait. The real Slender, like the girl? The people that killed the girl?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's some old school fucking internet history.
So I wanted to ask you guys.
So that I don't girl believe that she escaped prison?
Is she? I don't believe that 3-eye atlas. I don't believe that the 3-eye atlas is a comet, but I don't know if it's alien though either. I think it's just I
don't think it's a comet in the way that we know comets, because comets have to be made of ice. Generally.
So then, Roland, my question, and I guess also to you, Corey, is like, if it's not a comet, what is this thing?
Big ass rock. One, it could be a big ass rock. 2, is it expelling gas? Is that what they believe it is doing?
Yes.
So,
and it's expelling gas from multiple different locations. Weird thing is, it sat behind the sun for quite a long time.
Could it be a star?
No.
What the fuck?
It's not hot enough.
No, wait, Roman, that's literally not possible.
No, it's
not. What star is? No, hold on. I gotta talk about that. What do you think a star is?
Well, I thought that a star was like a because the sun is a star, so
yeah,
I thought that maybe they're there's millions of different suns that is out there that we see, but
every star you see in the sky is a sun.
But a shooting star,
yes,
is a star that's dying, right?
It's not a star; it's a meteorite.
A shooting star is called a shooting star because it's going through our atmosphere and it looks like a star that's moving.
Shut up, Pilgrim. You're gay. No, I'm kidding.
All
right, Simba.
A star that is dying is a supernova.
Or a micronova.
So
a micronova.
A star that's dying is a dwarf.
Or it could also be
Dwarf and then a
black
white.
hole.
No, stars don't create black holes. We don't know how black holes are created.
I thought black holes were created when stars like collapse in on themselves and they just
We
keep going.
still don't technically know how black hole is created. We assume multiple different things. We have no definitive answer because we haven't been able to create a black hole.
Nor have we been in the black hole.
Did you guys see this? This also might be the cause of the. This also might be the cause of the solar flares too. There was a giant hole in the sun.
Yeah, there was a massive sunspot. That's exactly what it was, and it was firing out. Yeah. So
is this common?
No.
Is this common?
No. It is not. No. So we were getting hit with X class solar flares for the past like couple of weeks. When that big Amazon thing happened, where all the
delivery
systems shut down, and all the computers shut down like a month ago. It affected everybody's jobs and stuff like that. If you know, you know. If you had any Amazon services, they were all shut down. It was the same thing with Microsoft and a couple other ones. That big outage was because we got smacked by a solar flare, a big CME, which is a coronal mass ejection. Now, with these solar flares here and these mass ejections, these CMEs, the sun is like basically just fucking throwing up on us, dude. Now, what's really strange is that all of this was happening while Atlas was behind it, out of view from us, for about 3 weeks. Now Atlas is on its way here, so we should be able to see it within the next like couple weeks.
That's kind of what I was saying earlier. I think maybe they're connected. Maybe like Atlas did something to the sun, potentially.
I mean,
although don't we have solar flares like all of the time, but we just don't notice? Like it happens constantly, doesn't it?
Well,
the sun's
yeah,
always giving off
also,
flares.
There's a new Balthazar that came in too. No, not to my knowledge, Wonderlist. I mean, I could look that up.
They fired a defense system thing. Oh, I did not know that actually.
By the way, what's up, Wonderlist?
Hello, Wonderlist. Is this why the Northern Lights are being so far? Wait,
no, there's
they're being seen
no defensive system against the Atlas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is exactly why the Northern Lights are being seen so far south, because the sun is smacking us a lot. Oh, dude, I am hella sick.
I can't wait for the ozone to just dissolve, and then the sun's radiation cooks us all alive.
That's why people are able to see them so far south, and it's actually kind of crazy. It's really freaking cool, but it's also not very good. Like if a big enough we're getting hit with X class CMEs, which we don't usually get hit with. These are like X10s, I believe. If we were to get hit with something like an X100 or an X1000, that could be the end of, like, it could be an EMP, like an EMP. Initiating EMP, and the sun is basically just going to throw up on us. And then
I can't wait.
Make sure you have a vehicle with a 2-stroke motor.
I mean, like, they said that like the sun's gonna blow up in like 2 to 3 billion years, but like it can happen.
Yeah, but
it can happen at any time.
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't even be blowing up. I mean, it would be minuscule to the rest of the solar system. It would just be that it would shut down our grid.
I just never thought that, like,
if our grid shuts down, you know it's gonna go anarchy. If you don't know how to survive in the wild, you ain't gonna fucking survive. And
of course.
Like, the other problem is if it's strong enough to shut down our grid, it's likely going to affect the poles. magnetosphere, the poles are already shifting. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the poles are shifting and they're moving quickly. Like we're talking,
they're swapping.
yeah, they're like an inch a year. They're gonna no, they're not even just swapping. The poles are going to the sides, like they're going horizontal as opposed to vertical.
Are they not supposed to move
I
horizontally?
don't know, Roman. Has the North Pole ever moved in history?
No. Wait, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
but
has one.
no,
Millions of years ago during
yes,
the Ice Age.
in human history, bro, is what I'm talking about.
Not in human history, though.
No, exactly. Yes, the poles are moving and they're moving quickly. And that affects the crust and the way that everything on Earth is moving. And all of these things have to do with this. So if a big ass CME hits us, then that totally means likely pole shift, magnetosphere going wild. That again would affect its EMPs. And not only that, mass flooding because it's going to heat up and it's going to fuck up things like the ice caps.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we get hit with an EMP,
it'd just be another great flood like in the Bible. And like on top of that, like dude, we're talking things like that would probably cause an airburst, which if you don't know what an airburst is, it's where a cylindrical hole is punched in the atmosphere. So the surface of the earth is the vacuum of space because of an impact.
Huh.
So basically, if a hard enough CME hits us, let's say the CME is big enough to be the size of a fucking country, that country is just
dead.
Deleted.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, bro. Space weather is scary. Everybody follow space weather news on YouTube.
And you know what's the scarier part, guys? There's no way that we can stop it either.
No, there's really nothing we can do right now. But why do you think all these fucking billionaires are making bunkers? Why do you think Jeff Bezos has spent millions of dollars on a fucking clock in the middle of the fucking Saguaro Desert? Or Colorado, or wherever the fuck it's at.
Well,
I've stayed up and out in nowhere until 3 a.m. several times, but I've yet to see them. Meanwhile, my friends in the city see them. Okay, yeah, dude, I've seen them. Just go to Alaska. It's worth it.
I mean, like, here's the thing.
I don't want to follow it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it is something that's kind of scary, but it's something like I pay attention to. Off topic, but I remember pissing my pants as a kid when I saw the space station fly over at night. Literally thought I was about to play a game of IRL Halo.
Honestly, I'm with you. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Honestly, Pilgrim, I'm 100% with you here. Like, there's no point in crying and worrying about it.
I'm not worrying about it. I just find it interesting.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying, like, I'm sure that there's some
people have an
people
existential crisis, then you're good. You know what I mean?
I'm sure that there's some people that like stay up worrying, like, bro, what if the solar flare hits today? What if this is the one? What if
I'll tell you right now, there is warning signs. The government probably will not tell anybody because it will cause mass panic. The warning sign will be if you ever wake up and the sky's red and the sun looks red, then you know.
That's just like the end, right? Like that's
Not necessarily.
It's not necessarily the end. That's just solar flare, I think.
No, humans will survive it. I mean, things survived the impact from the meteor. You know, Chicxulub. You know, so.
Actually, humans would die
And
faster.
Also, Pilgrim, this is Monday Night Mayhem. We do have alien technology, and I do believe we have space lasers. So, we can stop it.
Space lasers!
Star Wars
Actually,
is real.
Roland, you actually think that we could? Like, you know, if we had time to plan for it, you think that we could stop it?
Yeah. Like right now, no. right now, if like the sun just decided to go supernova, we're fucked.
Yep.
And like also right now, if Atlas decided it was just going to change course and go straight at Earth, I also believe we might be fucked.
So here's a question I do. There's two questions I got.
Hold on. But 100%. Give it more time after UFO disclosure. Yeah, we're set. Why do you think we have the Space Force and shit like that? You know what I mean? It's like
so
the UNSC. Wonderless fan here, knows what I'm talking about with the Halo shit. We'll die and orcas will become the dominant life form. No, it'll be octopi.
I don't know.
I think I'd just curl up into a fetal position and accept my fate if that happened. I mean, you could.
That is definitely
I would find a way to watch Star Wars. I would probably watch Star Wars or Lord of the Rings and chill out. But I'd also definitely try to survive. I mean, of course, if something's like if there is a possibility, if it's like certain death and like no, but like if it isn't certain death, then
what? So here's a Corey. Before you get to your question, because like I know that you have one really fast. Do you guys think that it'd be worse for humanity if the sun went out, or if we got hit with the supernova?
It would be worse if the sun went out.
Oh my god, we would be dead within 48 hours.
Yes.
48 hours?
But with a supernova, the sun would expand and consume Earth.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing I wanted to bring up a second ago was that they've run simulations. We have about 100.
Wait. Hold on, Corey. 1 second. And Wonder, listen, we'll get to your chat, but Corey, 1 second. Putting chemicals in the water, turning the frogs gay. Joe, listen. We're in contact with aliens. It's all these beings, they're around, they're doing things. We got to be careful because they're going to get us, Joe. They're going to get us.
So you want to talk about what the real controllers of the Greys are? It looks like Sauron.
Have you ever had a significant head injury?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that...
Go ahead.
Yes, my mother twitted my fucking tipples.
All right, Corey, shoot. What was your
so nipples there?
They've done simulations, and NASA's done simulations, and they say we have about 100 million years left before our own sun goes supernova.
It's like Darth Vader.
Okay.
Which, to us human beings, that's a lot of time. To that
it's not
a galactic timeline, it's about like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hell no.
And so essentially, if the sun were to go supernova, it would expand. It would consume Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and then it would get the super gas giants of the rest of our galaxy. It would get so hot that the gas would actually burn off.
Well, hold on. Technically speaking, doesn't a supernova expand?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Pull back in on itself and then explode?
Yes, but what I'm getting at,
right?
I was getting there.
All right, get there.
There's two things, like when a star dies, there's 3 options for it. One, it's an immediate supernova, which it expands and then collapses in on itself and explodes into a nebula. If it doesn't do that, it either expands and then shrinks into a white dwarf star, and then it has a few 100 million years as that, or it expands into a red giant. And if that's the case, then it too will live for another few 100 million years before burning out. If it were to become a supernova, it would expand to roughly where Earth is, maybe Mars, before collapsing in on itself and exploding. And with that explosion, the rest of our galaxy, whatever planets are left, would be flung,
Solar
if
system.
not shattered, into asteroids.
So to answer your question, Wonderless, personally, you want to hear what I think? I think you're seeing UFOs. I don't know.
I think
maybe.
you're just seeing planes fly overhead.
Corey, look at this one. If it doesn't
So,
sound
like-
seismic, if it doesn't sound like a seismic charge when it blows, I don't want it.
So like,
Yeah, I agree.
so like, here's my thing. I think no human could survive a supernova. I think some humans would actually be able to survive the sun going out.
I
Some humans
absolutely
would be
agree.
able to
I
survive
think
it.
no human can survive a supernova.
Roman, nobody can survive the sun going out because the sun going out means no oxygen because all the fucking trees die and it gets extremely cold as space. No one survives.
You don't think that like the fish would?
No.
No, because the oceans would freeze over.
Yes.
And the only thing, okay, I will argue that the only thing that could potentially survive would be the deep sea underwater life,
No.
and or
Arctic life probably, but no, nothing else.
no, the Arctic life could die off because the Arctic life goes underwater to eat the fish and all that stuff in the water. And if
Not
all that shit's
necessarily.
dead, they're not gonna survive.
Okay, guys. None of this matters. The plankton will die, therefore there will be no oxygen.
Yeah.
48 hours. Everybody will freeze first. All humans will freeze first.
The supernova would kill us though instantly, right?
Yes, a
Well,
supernova would kill us significantly faster than the sun going out.
Roman, have you gone outside in the summer and it's really hot out?
Yeah.
Okay, look how far away the sun is and it's not in supernova. Now expand that sun by twice its size.
Oh yeah,
No,
no,
it's
we
not
would
going to
all
expand
die
by
within,
twice.
like,
It's going to be a lot larger, and it's going to
I
actively
know.
consume the
Corey,
Earth.
Corey, I get that. But we'd be dead before it even hit twice its size.
Yes, we'd be cooked alive.
Yeah,
There'd
before
be no
any of
life
that.
that can survive that either, right? Because like
Everybody would
melt.
be dead way before the sun even ate our planet.
Everything would melt, right? Is
Yeah.
that how?
Yeah,
Is
we
that how
all
that would go?
passed out
Yeah.
and died. Yes.
Everything would almost instant. You know what happened when like the nukes went off and everything kind of just like evaporated in Japan?
Yeah.
It's that, but
Yeah,
worse.
you mean when we bombed anime into them? I remember.
So, I guess neither of the scenarios are good, but humans would survive a little longer if the sun went out than if we got hit with supernova.
It's
Maybe.
you know, like the temperature dip. How do I describe it? Because to answer your statement, yes, if humanity were to survive, we would survive longer if the sun went out versus a supernova.
Yeah, by 48 hours.
By 48 hours, if that, if not like 20 minutes.
Yeah, slightly longer. Nothing really.
So
Yeah,
it says
okay.
it says without the sun, within a week, surface temperatures would drop to freezing, and within a year they would reach negative 100 degrees Celsius.
Yep.
I don't know if I buy that.
You don't know if you buy that?
A week?
No,
A week? Wouldn't it freeze like within like a day?
So the thing they're
Maybe.
taking into consideration here is what's it called? The atmosphere. What we shouldn't
I guess.
ignore is how important the atmosphere is to our planet and our overall survival. Because we can have an atmosphere of 3 times the thickness, and if the sun were to go out, we would have, heat, yes, in quotation marks, heat for I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But after a certain point, we're going to be out of residual heat. So
Yeah.
we're essentially just like at the mercy of how much insulation we have.
So like everything wouldn't freeze within like 48 hours then. It would freeze within like a month maybe.
Everything would
We'd have-
freeze within like 2 weeks, but at that point everything's already dead because everything died because there's no oxygen because all the plant life died. And with all the plant life dead, all the animals died because of their either asphyxiation or starvation.
Yeah. Damn. That's
I
crazy.
mean, there's a slight chance humanity could survive because we don't need the sun to burn coal. We don't need the sun to run hydro dams. We don't need the sun to run wind turbines, and we don't need the sun to run nuclear power plants.
We do need oxygen though.
I was going to get to that in a second.
Yeah.
With all except for one source of electricity generation, that being solar, we could generate electricity. With that, we could then run UV lights to then keep small greenhouses going.
Fallout shelters.
We could, in theory, run greenhouses. And we could use those greenhouses to keep an amount of plants alive, but it would probably be just enough air to keep the bunker alive.
Well, that exists in Sweden. Or Switzerland.
Yes.
So essentially, humanity could survive the sun going out. Maybe.
It's a
Maybe.
very thin, very small chance. But
we have
yes.
no chance with a supernova. But we have no chance with a supernova. Yeah. Like that's just it. If we got hit with a supernova. So the supernova is coming within 100 million years, you said?
Give or take.
Damn. But like, did they say in that study, Corey, why like that's the timeline? Like,
that's just the average timeline for suns. The suns have a lifetime, and our sun has been alive for a lot longer than humanity's been around. And our sun's been alive a lot longer than Earth's been around. So
we could be wrong about all of that.
Essentially, you need the star, the mother star, if you will, to be around for about a few million to a few tens of millions of years for the sun to gather enough particles and mass and material to have it start forming planets. And then after a certain point, once a planet's formed, you also then have to wait for the environment to be just right. Earth is a lot like older than you think. And so are things like sharks and trees and crocodiles.
Earth is like billions of years old. Like it's
close to it, yeah. And like just like think of the sun as a giant battery. At a certain point, the charge of the battery is going to be dead.
Yeah, but I think within like 100 million years, humans may figure out a way to survive a supernova. Maybe.
The way humanity would survive a supernova is if we did not live on Earth anymore.
Yeah,
if we found a new planet to call home, then we would survive a supernova.
Yeah, but it couldn't be within this galaxy, right?
Maybe. It's a very
like
thin
if we went
chance,
to Mars,
but it's still a maybe.
No, like
Mars
saying,
is in the path of being consumed by the sun when it goes critical. The thing you're thinking of is
the second Earth that we found.
If it's a supernova, I don't think there's any planet in our galaxy that would survive it.
No, not at all.
Damn.
Because it's seismic charge.
Dude, that actually scares me more, I think. The fact that, like...
Yeah, we would have to completely leave our galaxy, and the last thing we'd see if our sun were to go supernova is the star behind us twinkling. The light that's behind us, that's been our mother star for eons, we would just see it go out. and it'd be like
Hell
someone's
no.
turning off the light in this room we call the galaxy of the Milky
Hell
Way.
no. What's happening, Muffler? What's going on?
Yo, I was hearing some weird talk in here, so I decided to jump in because like I wanted to make sure I was available to like do minor critiques on what we're talking about here because no, like, so if an individual star goes supernova, you understand that doesn't impact the rest of the galaxy, right? Like,
Yes.
Right.
okay.
Solar system. I was like, it's not. It's not
and
solar system.
yeah, and in addition to that too, like the other thing about it was that our sun, based on what we currently know, is it would never go supernova as well. That would be the current understanding of it. Yes. What their current understanding is that it would become a red giant because it would start bonding helium rather than hydrogen. And once it bonds helium, it will expand in its size. And so what will end up happening is that the inner planets will get basically overtaken by the mass of the star. Because the sun will expand that much, right? So that's the current understanding that they say. And so, it would become like a red giant. And then eventually what would happen is it would slough off in the outer layers. Again, this is per normal cosmology currently, so it would slough off the outer layers once it's done and it can't, bond helium anymore. So it will then become like a dwarf star then. So like maybe like a brown dwarf or like a white dwarf, something along those lines. It would lose mass at that point because it wouldn't be able to maintain its structure. But again, there's a lot of things that we don't know about stars because, again, they think that they're gaseous currently with the current paradigm, but there is like other lines of thought that would indicate that they're not gaseous at all and that they would actually have like a liquid metallic surface, because like it goes into imaging. So anyway, sorry.
So really fast, Muffler, because I'm gonna be getting off here in a few minutes. But I wanted to ask you.
Do that.
So I asked Corey and Roland what they thought would be worse. So I wanted to ask you if we got. So which do you think is worse? Like, which do you think humanity would not have the chance to survive more? The sun going out or a supernova?
No, well, like supernova would be fine if it's far enough away. Like that's not really an issue for us, in my opinion. Like
I'm saying like if our sun hit us with a supernova.
Oh, it wouldn't hit with a supernova though. Like in all actuality, you're talking about like maybe a large CME or something. Like that would be a very bad day for us. Like we would lose all technology at the very least.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, I think that there's more of a chance that like humanity survives the sun going out.
No, maybe. It wouldn't. Why? Why would you say that?
Because Corey was explaining that that we don't need the sun to run like dams, and we don't need the sun to use like nuclear power, things like that, and like and like we could keep certain small plants alive with by like running greenhouses, and so then therefore that could keep humans alive in bunkers. Whereas if you get hit with like the sun throwing you into like super hotness, you have no way to survive that.
Okay,
That's just it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I'm really confused at what you mean when you say the sun goes out, like disappears.
Like there's no more sun.
Okay, then you'll just freeze to death and you'll die. Like you can't live with or without the sun. Like it's you're in a Goldilocks, baby. Okay, like you're like Schrodinger's cat. Okay, you're alive and dead at the same time. Okay, like just count your blessings. Okay, because you would freeze to death. You would not be able, like, the only reason we would even have anything going on is that if you could generate enough gravitational, like thermal activity in Earth's core. Okay,